Hi, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So recently luxury makeup it feels very stale and boring, but there are some luxury beauty products out there that have been around for a long time that are undupable. Like I haven't been able to find dupes for these products. They're just so brilliant and so good. These products are iconic and for good reason. They're actually luxurious and worth the price tag in my opinion. So first up in this list of makeup that I think cannot be duped, I have to mention a base product, and this is the Chanel Le Beige Eau de Teint Water Fresh Tint. I believe this product has been around since at least 2018, and I remember being absolutely obsessed with this product at that time, and for the longest time I didn't get it. It does come with a very hefty price tag, and I'm someone who doesn't use foundations quite a lot, or even skin tints for that matter. I just prefer to leave my skin the way it is. So like the name suggests, it is a water fresh tint, which means it's mostly water with some pigment particles suspended throughout the formula. At the time, this was one of the most interesting base products out there. In the last few years, a lot of brands have tried to come out with similar products, and many of them have done a pretty good job. Those products tend to have more pigment, but this is a very misunderstood base product in my opinion. The reason why I think it can't be duped is just because of that perfect amount of coverage and natural skin finish that it has. A lot of people don't like this product because you don't get a lot of coverage, and I do understand that, but the thing is, that's exactly why I love this product so much. I'm not looking for a lot of coverage in my everyday life, and I'll start applying this product. I always like to take it on the back of my hand and see it's very liquidy, like very runny. And you don't need to use a lot. It does come with a brush of its own, but unfortunately I've lost that brush. But I like to use the Real Techniques RT200 brush with this product. It's a good shade match for me. It does have some fragrance. My skin looks like it's absolute best whenever I have this thing on. So I'm buffing it in, and as I work the formula into my skin, the pigment just sort of dissolves and melts into my skin. Like I've actually received compliments whenever I've worn this skin tint. The best type of compliment in my opinion, when someone just comes up to you and says that your skin looks incredible. But this formula is so undetectable and just traceless. There you go. This was the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. I haven't been able to find a dupe for this product. It is ridiculously expensive. You don't need it in your collection, but if you have been eyeing it and if you like the kind of makeup I've been describing so far, this has to be one of the best products in that no makeup natural category. It's time for product number 2, and I had to go with the YSL Touche Éclat, the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat formula. This is another formula that's been around for a long time. It is quite misunderstood, but it's also heavily duped. Like I have seen a lot of brands that have come out with a similar clicky pen, like similar packaging, but for some reason this original formula continues to be my favorite. I have it in the shade 2. It's supposed to, so this is again a product that's perfect for someone who's not into like full coverage makeup. This is pretty lightweight. It's almost like a concealer, a highlighter, a lot of things in one, but it doesn't have a lot of coverage, so that is something to keep in mind. But it brightens up my face so elegantly. I don't know how to explain this product, but I can say with certainty that this has to be one of the most gorgeous luxury beauty products I've ever used. It blends very quickly. It just gives my skin this natural highlight. I'll use the brush for this part. And with the Chanel skin tint, this just looks so natural and effortless. It instantly brightens my skin, and it's perfect for days when I just want to go outside and run some errands, do some chores, but I'm not looking for something full coverage or heavy. This is a very good formula to have, and this is another one of those luxury products that I just haven't been able to find a dupe for. Moving on to eyes. So cream eyeshadows seem to be the only eye products most people are reaching for, and I get it. We're going through a bit of a eyeshadow fatigue moment. Tried several eyeshadow formulas in the last few years. The RMS Eyelights formula is unbeatable. Like, this happens to be my favorite eyeshadow formula. It is a luxury product. It's quite expensive as compared to other eyeshadow formulas, but this has to be one of those products that I just haven't found anything that matches up to it. I have it in the shade Supernova. So one of the most interesting things about this formula is that they have so many interesting shades to choose from, like very unique shades, nothing common or run-of-the-mill. This is a beautiful, neutral, slightly cool toned chocolate brown. Most chocolate brown shades tend to be very, very warm toned, but this is just gorgeous. One thing to note with this formula is that it sets down very quickly, so I have to work quickly. I'm using the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable eyeshadow brush, really good for cream shadows. And this is such an elegant formula. It blends out like instantly, like absolutely gorgeous. No fallout whatsoever. Super easy formula to work with, beautiful shades, rich, intense pigment. There's nothing like this formula. If you're into cream eyeshadows and you haven't tried this one from RMS, I would highly suggest doing so. The Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner is another one of those formulas that I have never been able to find a dupe for. Intense, rich, and so easy to blend. Like, I've tried a lot of kajals in my life. I'm Indian. It's a part of our culture, but nothing has come close to how beautiful and rich this formula is. I mean, it's so sophisticated. The perfect way to create a smoky eye, blends out immediately, like almost instantly, but it's not so creamy that it slips and slides around. One of those luxury formulas with an absolutely obscene price tag, but I just can't fault this formula. So if you're looking for a good liner and you're willing to invest, the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner is a top recommendation. I don't have anything like any luxury mascara to recommend. I'm testing a few out. This is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. I like it. It's pretty nice. It's never flaky, crumbly, doesn't smudge, and it is very intense and black, separates my lashes. I think the only reason why it's not a recommendation is because the wand is very uncomfortable. Like, it's very pokey and very sharp for some reason. So I think that's the only gripe that I have with it. Otherwise, I have been enjoying this formula a lot. Okay, we're done with the eyes, onto bronzer, and of course I have to mention the Victoria Beckham bronzing brick in the shade 02. This is the best bronzer I've ever used. So from the packaging to the formula itself, there is nothing that compares, and it is ridiculously expensive. That's the main reason why I had never bought it. There was this bronzer sort of hole in my life, and I was looking for something I was looking for the perfect bronzer, and I decided to just get this one. Like, it's buttery smooth, it's so finely milled, and this is the kind of product I can keep layering and layering, and it never looks overdone. It gives my skin just the right amount of warmth, and I understand that this is one of those formulas that's not going to be worth it for everyone because of that off-putting price tag. It is a little, it is ridiculously priced for a bronzer. There are so many other bronzers out there that are very good, but for me, unfortunately, I'm pretty much hooked. So this has to be one of those luxury makeup products, like in the bronzer category, that I have never been able to find a dupe for. So now we're on to blush, and I have to mention the Ciele Blush and Protect liquid blush in the shade January. It also has SPF 50, which is pretty awesome for a makeup product. This is my type of shade. Look at that. This is the best liquid blush formula I've ever used. It works so well with like powders, creams, whatever, that I swipe it onto my cheek like directly, a little bit on my nose, and it blends out in like seconds, and I never have to worry about the blend. It's even never choppy. And I don't really need to say a lot about this product. If you're into cream makeup, liquid blushes, or just blushes in general, and you've never tried this formula from Ciele, there is absolutely nothing like it. From the moment I opened this product and started using it, I haven't been able to put it down. It's really that good, and it just makes my skin look very healthy. Like right now I'm looking at my base, and honestly this blush elevates everything. I've tried a lot of cream blushes, a lot of liquid blushes in my life, and really nothing comes close to this one. It is pretty expensive, but it's definitely a product that I would say is it's worth the money. Like if you spend your money on this, they have a lot of other shades as well if this one doesn't cut it for you. If you spend your money on this, I don't think you'll regret it. It's now really I have a powder blush to discuss, and this is the infamous Dior Rosy Glow Blush. I mean, this blush needs no introduction. It's been around forever. Almost everyone has an opinion on this blush, whether it's positive or negative. This has got to be one of the most duped shades and blush formulas out there from the luxury category. It is pretty expensive for what it is, a simple blush. And you know what? I was one of those people who at first didn't really get the hype around this blush, but I have grown to absolutely love it. And this is my argument. I haven't been able to find a dupe for this product. Many blushes have come close, but none of them are as good as this one. The best way to apply this product is with a brush, and a brush with very dense bristles, because this is the type of brush that's able to pick up a lot of product. So a lot of people have presented this argument that it's not pigmented enough, and I get it. It can be frustrating. Like that is one of the biggest critiques. I don't know why. I really like that about this formula. For me, I love the fact that I can build it. I keep going layer upon layer. I keep building this formula on my skin. The way it melts into my cheeks, it's like no other. It makes my face look very natural. This shade, I don't know how, but it reacts to my skin and it doesn't look as stark and harsh as it does in the pan. I love to layer it on top of other cream blushes or just on its own. It looks like it's one with my skin. I will say that if this shade doesn't cut it for you, they have a lot of other shades in their lineup. The Dior blush is definitely the best powder blush that I've used from the luxury category. And so far, to be very honest, I haven't found a formula or a shade that comes close to this one. I have another Chanel product to discuss, and this is a highlighter. The Chanel Baume Essentiel in the shade Sculpted. I mean, this is another formula from the luxury category that's duped a lot, and this is the shade Sculpted on the back of my hand. It is gorgeous. Like this is, I am not a highlighter person, if I'm being very honest. I don't like to use highlighter in my everyday life. I don't know why. Just maybe because I have a lot of texture, so I don't like to use highlighter. But this is the only product that motivates me to apply highlighter. Like this is absolute perfection. I use my fingers to blend it in. This formula doesn't have any obvious chunks of glitter, and it really does just melt into the skin. And really, I haven't found anything that's that comes close to how good this one is. I also use some to brighten up the inner corner of my eye. If you're looking for a very natural skin-like glow, there is literally nothing that comes close to this formula from Chanel. I mean, just look at my skin. I look like an absolute light bulb. Okay, so my skin's looking very glowy, like a little too much. And I have the perfect powder here. This is also a very expensive powder, but nothing, and I mean nothing that I've used so far comes close to how good this formula is. This is the Kosas Cloud Set powder formula, baked powder formula in the shade Candy. And this is the best setting powder I've ever used. So I always like to use a powder puff to apply this formula. And the way it takes down shine without taking away any of that glow, it just blurs my skin and makes me look so flawless and airbrushed. Okay, so look at that difference. And the pink in this formula always brightens my skin, especially my under eyes. and immediately I look so much more put together thanks to this formula. And no matter how much I use, it never looks cakey. It never makes my skin look dry or flaky. And I have horrible textured dry skin. I can keep using this formula, layering it. This is hands down the best powder formula I've ever used, and I'm yet to find a dupe. Okay, drum roll please. We've reached the final category, and this is a lip liner that I've been using since like the last 1 year. It's brilliant, and this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've made some videos on lip liners and my favorite lip liners. I'll link them. It is absolute perfection. Ugh, look what I've done. It's a wooden pencil. I'm using the shade Malt. It's so creamy and pigmented, but it's not so creamy that it slips and slides around. It has just the right amount of grip and pull that you need for your lips to look super pouty and big. And this shade in particular, I mean, anyone, it goes with almost like everything. So there's nothing I need to say about this formula that I haven't already. Brilliant. It's expensive, but the best lip liner formula that I've ever tried. And this is the last product that I have to mention today. This is a lipstick from Violette FR in the shade Amour Fou. Now for lip products, there are so many options out there in the market. It's very hard to find something that's incompatible, it's very hard to justify like one lip product as being the best, the absolute best. But this shade, it's like nothing I've ever used. It is the most gorgeous shade of red. And if you're into like French girl makeup or just red lipstick in general, this is the shade to go for. So I like to take some on my fingers, and I like to feather onto my lips. It's really just the perfect amount of blue, and it's so classic and effortless. It's long lasting and one of those products and shades that I haven't been able to find like anywhere else. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I just loved putting together this list of products that I haven't been able to find dupes for, luxury products that are truly worth the price for me. And as always, I would be very grateful if you'd consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. And I will see you very soon in the next one.